What's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. As you guys can remember from last video, we kind of had a little bit of a mishap with one of the tires, and luckily we actually found a new set. Brand new R888Rs in the exact same size, so we aren't sacrificing any fitment, any traction, nothing. But aside from that, we also have done a few mods since last video to the M4. We finally put back on the side skirts, and we have a stud conversion. So now we can run spacers and just different size wheels, super easy, change them out really quick. And then we got some new updated LCI taillights that honestly look super crisp. Now we just need to put the LCI headlights on, but that's a different story for a different time. And of course, we have a burner set of tires for when we go to where we're going, which brings me to my next point. We are going to Seattle this weekend for the third Stance Wars we have filmed on this channel. And we're going with Jean. This is the second time you've gone with me, and this is gonna be a super fun time. Jean is taking the M4 and he is responsible for the gas for the M4. It is at a quarter tank right now, so I don't care if you return it with a quarter tank. It's like a rental company, right? Yeah. And then I'm responsible for the gas in the Corvette. We are gonna be switching cars off and on, but they roughly get around the same gas mileage. Give or take. Okay, yeah. I'm paying more in gas. And then just one more little simple mod. We got updated DRLs on the Corvette. Now today, we are actually gonna be going down to Mexico and then up to Seattle. It's a weird like detour, but there's a lot of construction. So we are actually doing a 60 to 130 in the Corvette. We haven't done it yet, and I wanna get this done before we pro charge this thing. That way we can compare and contrast the different times. And also, we learned manual last video, so I think I kinda got this covered. $66.
Yeah, I'm in your town, I'm coming your way, this way up. Me and my team ain't taking no L's. I told them you don't want to play us. We going out town with a flight in the morning. Girl, I'm just gonna stay up. Remember last year, I told them the price, and now they all wanna pay up. They hit me now, they coming too late. All I reply is save up. Me and my girl.
So I practiced it last night. When we do the 60 roll, we gotta keep it in second, and it's gonna spin out if we floor it at like 35. So we gotta go up, kind of almost floor it, and then right when we get to around 50, we're gonna bang it, and then just go. Hopefully we can get a good time. Obviously also once we pro charge it, we're gonna have a better driving mod because we've been better at driving this thing. So we'll have two major factors that will come into play when we do this again, when the car makes a whole lot more power. Now obviously we're not gonna do a 60 to 130 with all these cars in the way, and we're not in Mexico yet. So we're not gonna do that a little bit later, but let's go over what's done to the car already. It has a built motor, built trans, the clutch is good for like 1150 horsepower like I've said before, short shifter, headers, full exhaust, a cam, intake manifold, and a whole lot of other stuff. So I'm just gonna put up the build sheet on the screen. And yeah, so the car makes around 600 wheel horsepower, made 591 in Albuquerque on 91 octane. We are half an elevation and 1 octane better in fuel. So I'm guessing it's probably at around 600 is my safe guess. We could get it retuned to make more power on this setup, but why get it retuned and we could just put the Pro Charger on and get a new tune in like a month. So that's the goal. Let's get going.
Bet it all on myself. Hey, I told them we get in the bag. Remember the days when we was in school, they would just sit back and laugh. I'm thanking God for all of those times, cause now they know what I have. I'm on the track and I feel like it's.
So we are at our first stop. Sean, what do you think of the M4 so far?
It's a piece of
yeah, I'm happy I didn't get it tuned before I gave it to you. You'd probably crash it. Anyways, we got Caden pulling up. We got Levi. I think this is everybody, so we gotta get going. We're already 10 minutes late from our actual schedule.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
I was going too fast.
All right, so I got some terrible news. This right here is Tijuana, Mexico, and as you can see, there is a lot of traffic literally behind us, in front of us, and I don't think it's gonna be safe to do a 60 to 130 time here. So what we're gonna do, possibly find a place leaving Mexico that is good enough to do a 60 to 130. If not, we might have to do one tonight, which honestly might be a better option because it'll be cooler, so not as hard on the car. But that also means possibility of not having grip. Dang, it's pretty cool. I had no idea that I would ever be taking a Corvette and a gold M4 to Stance Wars. The original plan was to actually take the S4 and the gray M4 to Stance Wars, and we are taking two completely different cars instead. Dang. Life's full of surprises, and I surprised myself with this one. This is crazy and super cool at the same time. I'm so thankful.
Few moments later.
Holy sh**. Well, boys, car trips never cease to amaze me. That just happened. I was literally on the right side of Jean, and I don't know what he hit, but he picked up a massive rock, and that just destroyed my windshield. Like, bad. So, Jean and I watched the footage. It's a rock literally the size of like...
Hold on.
this right here. Yeah, that was literally the size of the rock. But the thing is,
I that big, you wouldn't have a windshield.
I don't think you ran over it. I think you clipped it with the rear tire.
If it was that big, you wouldn't have a tire.
I think you clipped it with the rear end, like the corner of the tire, and then flung it diagonally, because that's the only way something that freaking big destroyed my windshield. But I have a $500 deductible, so $500 out of my pocket, and then the rest of my insurance. Well, I think the Seattle trip's cursed. We were trying to do 60 to 130s. That didn't work. That happened. And now 3 miles that way, Caden and his S4 is on the side of the road because a rock destroyed his radiator. So it's just one thing after another right now. We have an alignment to get to in literally 2 hours. So this sucks. So right now we're waiting for Ty's ride. He's gonna come, Levi's coming to pick him up right now, but until then I wanna show Jean something cool. Here, hold this, Jean, and don't stop recording.
How'd you do that?
Pretty cool, huh? Well, boys, we are finally experiencing traffic in a manual car, and it freaking sucks. I guess this is what they were talking about, how manual cars suck in traffic, especially when they have a clutch like this and as much power as this one does. This car literally hates going slow. Now, sorry for the interruption, but everything seems to be going fine, right? We got the alignment done, we got to go meet up with some friends, Caden's stuff got figured out, and now we just won a race against a Stage 2 M4 in Mexico, which is great. That means the Corvette actually does indeed rip, but we ran into an issue. I went back to the Airbnb, picked up Jean, we decided to go get gelato. And if you haven't been to Seattle before, they are known for crazy hills and stop signs at the top of them. And I am new to the manual and have never practiced starting on a hill. And well, this happened.
They don't realistically, like, they're just regular. They just like oh, forgot about the e-brake. E-brake, Jake, e-brake. Go, 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 go.
Dude, come on, hit this guy. Come on, hit this motherfucker. No. Jesus Christ. Leave the e-brake.
E-brake.
Jesus Christ.
Brake.
Stop talking.
E-brake. What the fuck?
What was that?
Get it out of gear.
Whoa. What the f was that? We're good. No!
We're not good.
What the f is that? Did I cut my starter? Something's fucked.
At this point, we're trying to bump start the car. Since we're at the top of the hill, we could back it up and then push it down the hill at a reasonable speed and then put it into gear, dump the clutch, and hopefully force it to start this way. However, that didn't work either.
What happened? It didn't start. It started? No, it just and then like I tried giving it gas and it wouldn't do anything.
Well, boys, I think I goofed pretty bad. Jean and I tried going up that hill after a stoplight. I'm not good at manual, so I tried getting it up, stalled it, tried it again, stalled it again, tried a third time. It was 3 times, right, Jean? We're tired and annoyed. It was 3 times, and then stalled it, and then the next time, and nothing. Nothing at all, nothing happened. And now, the car is just chilling on the side of the road. Man, this trip has sucked so far. Yeah. What's weird is I have lights, right? So the thing is, it could be starter, right? But the thing is this, if I fried my starter, why do the dash lights not work?
Hello?
Hi, is this Adam?
This is him.
Hey Adam, this is Jake, Darren. So as you can see, Jean actually was able to get the M4 back to where the Corvette was. Someone in a GTR saw us and offered to help. Gotta love Seattle, everybody has cool cars. So he gave him a ride back to our Airbnb. He picked up the M4 to possibly jumpstart the Corvette. And well, that didn't work either. So we made some calls. We had a few friends in Seattle that are mechanics, and they got us a hold of someone that really knows LS's, and his name is Adam. Now, Adam suggested on this phone call that I have with him that we disconnect the battery. However, we had no tools to be able to disconnect the battery. But, as you guys will now see in a second, I was actually able to go in the back of the car. And when I was in the back of the car, I just thought maybe I should just test the terminals and like pull them off if they're loose enough. And they slid right off. So we thought maybe the car was in a fail-safe mode, security mode or something from stalling it so much, and it needed a hard reset. So we sat around for about 10 to 15 minutes and let the car sit with no power to it.
Why can't Jake drive his own fucking car normally?
Because it's my first one! And it was a hill, and you were pulling the e-brake down, and I didn't give enough gas yet. God!
Jake.
And we were supposed to be done with 60 to 130s and back at our Airbnb at 10:30. You know what time it is? 11:40. We could have done 60 to 130s in this car, that car, and been in sleep, cuddling each other. But instead, I had to install this thing 3 times and now it won't want to start. Mother.
Hour 23.
Yeah, let's go! Woo! 3rd try! So we unhooked the battery for about 10 minutes. I started throwing rocks at the sign.
I get to fucking sleep. Let's go.
Tighten it, tighten it. And okay! All the lights are working.
Flashlight.
Oh my gosh. Tighten it. Let's see if it starts. Okay. Ready?
Clutch in, wobble it. Stop. Let's put the battery on. Let's get it on the jumper cables.
so weird. Everything's working now.
Battery related. Told ya. Told ya.
Now this time around, Jean wasn't a master mechanic. It had nothing to do with the battery. It actually was the starter. We took it to O'Reilly's once we got back home from this trip, and the starter came back as a fail. I'm assuming that since the car got super hot and the starter is located right next to the headers, every time we stalled it and had to restart it while that starter was super hot, caused the starter to have a premature failure. Now I am not a master mechanic, so I'm not sure if that's the main reason. The starter could have been just old. We'll never know. But now I got a new starter in the car. You'll see that in a couple of videos from now, and the car is running perfectly again. So yeah, let's go ahead and do some 60 to 130s. We gotta do it. Okay, and now I had to get the drag heel set up, but we have open road and everything. So now all we gotta do is film this. And since we don't have Jean, it's gonna be tough. So I have the 360 camera behind us that's gonna film. I have this that's gonna be twisting around because it won't stay steady. And I got you guys gonna be facing the dashboard because I got a shift. So are you ready? Let's do this. And we're gone. Ready? 3, 2, 1. I'm calling it a day at that. 2 consistent pulls, 8.7 and an 8.95. That ain't terrible. We are definitely going to work on our shifting. But dude, an 8.7, that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. Now I'm sure if I put someone like Jean behind the wheel or someone like Colby from IMW Performance behind the wheel, we might be able to squeeze out a low 8 second 60 to 130. But considering the circumstances and the driver, because it all matters about the driver. Like, this is my car. I want to see how I can do with it. And the fact that we did 8.7, I'm pretty stoked about that, for sure. I definitely got to get a little bit quicker at my reflexes. I am running on 3 hours of sleep, but I'm also just not great at manual. But we'll get there. We'll get there. I am definitely happy. I've come a long way since we bought this in Albuquerque. But anyways, guys, that's gonna be it in today's video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and the bell. And I will see you guys next time. Drive safe. You didn't close the gas cap. Huh? Yeah, I did. Yo, don't get that close to me, dog. I'm gonna act some type of way.
No, we're gonna kiss?